This video is going to be a wild ride. Donna Clement Petruska, her husband, John O. Petruska, apparently he really wants to meet me.
I've always been in the background.
Like, a lot. So I've done a little digging. We'll go over stuff like what not to put on the internet so people can track down your location. We'll go over how finding a location, you can look at local court cases. And then we can look at Mama Clement's mansion. We're also going to follow up on Dr. Crumb from the last video about Kim Clement working on the Stargate project and how his daughter was trying to cover that up. Well, he's not a doctor, and it gets weird.
There's a lot of people out there that's saying they're prophets of God, and they're not right. They're not right on. They've missed it here, and they just keep moving forward, but they're not right on.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for stopping by. On the screen is my last video where I tie Kim Clement through legal documents, eyewitnesses, people involved to the Stargate project because his daughter said in multiple interviews that he was part of the Stargate project with the CIA. And once people started looking into it and finding out how bad it was and how it went against the Bible, she tried to distance herself with one video from a Dr. Crumb. And this one video came out right before she did her special on it, trying to wash her hands of this, trying to distance her dad from this project where he worked with other psychics, doing remote viewing and some other stuff. So I started looking into Dr. Crumb. I had that something had a little feeling he wasn't a doctor. And he was not. This doctor guy said that he works for the government. It's been working for the government for 20-something years. Said he got signed off, and all these people in that last video we show where there's no document trail showing this at all. The only things that list this anywhere is his own website, trying to promote himself as a speaker so people can go and give him money and pay him to make speeches, which I think is what he done for Donna Clement, trying to clear her dad. But I started looking into the only place that it's found that he is a doctor, and it is his own flyer, church flyer, and it's supposed to be an honorary doctorate from a Bible college. There was this other one that opened up, Beacon College and Seminary, in a totally different location, and it opened the same year that he said that he got his honorary doctorate. The problem is, both of these places, there's no records of him being on that list of ever getting a honorary. The one that's referred only gave out one, and it wasn't to him. Now, the Beacon College and Seminary, it has a list of everybody it's given out the honorary doctorate, and he's not on it. And it started the year that he supposedly got this honorary doctorate. So nothing checks out on this guy. He just gets paid to do these speeches, and I'm wondering if he got paid to do this Stargate speech. Now, my video this week was going to be over Dr. Crumb and go over Kim Clement's book, because we got a lot of issues with his book. And then I was going to let it go. I was probably going to do a Lois Vogel Sharp video. But this guy started messaging me, and I've working in law enforcement, I've seen this type of crazy, and I had a feeling. So I started digging. He even had one of his buddies send me a message saying that he commanded God, a man commanding God, to shut my mouth. And I replied back that it sounded very NAR. But a guy of his quality, I'm sure he had to go look that up. So if we look at his socials, I didn't look at all of them, but if you look here, he is a retired tattoo artist, husband of Donna Petruska. He's also got a YouTube page where he does a lot of vlogs. Most of his time on Twitter or X, he's just trying to sell the same two pictures he's been doing for a long time. Now, his vlogs on YouTube, that's where I got all of this treasure trove of information. house numbers, street signs, the county, the inside tour of your house. And that led to court filings and, the mansion and collection of cars. And, oh, yeah, make sure you give to God because that's what's on Donnie's website.
I've always been in the background.
As you can see, I can sit here and I have all my stuff. I can trade stocks, I can trade cryptos, I can do my...
Now, I'm not going to give away where this guy lives. I'm not about that. So, but anybody can do what I did and figure it out pretty easy. And maybe in your office, you shouldn't show that you have dry skin.
Editings for YouTube, play video games, draw, paint, iPad.
I've always been in the background.
Tattoo, pretty much everything I need to do as far as what I do for work.
Sure, Jan.
And also...
And in this room, the highest picture I can find is a goat head or a goat person in a suit.
I'm rocking this Banshee because America.
And then if you look at his wall, you got several demons on there. And then there's two of Hindu gods. Seems real spiritual and godly, doesn't it? I guess he's got his own fame wall because he's got his name with Chris Brown or somebody. And showing off tattoos. And as we get to the bottom, this is what he's proud of, by the way. Urban Inc. And got his name right there. Some of his shorts, he shows off his
Hi, Ken. Hi, Barbie. Hi,
AI
Barbie.
skills,
Hi,
I guess.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
And he also goes over tattoos that he's supposed to have done in the past because he's retired. Now, when I got all of his messages that were all basically the same, the thing that I noticed is he wasn't defending his wife.
I've always been in the background.
What information I put out there. He wasn't refuting anything. He wasn't going with scripture. He wasn't trying to defend Clement with the false prophecy stuff. It was just these messages. Now, as we get into the vacation trips, the multiple sports cars, the new vehicles, let's look at her website. Give your gift to God. Give them money because you're giving it to God. Let's just start off with this one. Gas prices, inflation. Let's buy a new Chevy 4x4 truck. A collection of muscle cars.
Petro here. Good afternoon. I'm at the car wash. My Corvette has been sitting in the garage for about 6 months now.
A pro tip is don't show your license plate on your videos. So he does a video of washing a car that he hasn't even drove in 6 months. But make sure you give to God.
I've always been in the background.
And apparently he likes to wash his cars at the car wash because he makes videos about it. And then we have this here, which is his son's new Camaro. I'm going to block his face out. It's not an original video, but I'm blocking it out for this video. So make sure that you go to her website and give your gift to God, because this guy, by the looks of it, the retired tattoo artist, is on permanent vacation, spelunking, going into banding buildings and video logging it. There's one where he snuck into an abandoned prison, had a way of getting around the guards to get into it. And, well, let's just watch.
Tennessee State Prison. Whoa.
Let's look. Holy I'm walking in. What the I'm inside. I'm inside the Tennessee State Prison. That's a bullet casing? Where? Yeah. No, that is. That's a bullet. That is. That's a shot-off bullet.
It went down.
Here, I'm gonna hang on to that.
It went down.
Here, I'm gonna hang on to that.
Take it away, Ray Comfort.
Have you ever stolen something, taken something that belongs to somebody else in your whole life, irrespective of its value, even if it's small?
I have.
Thanks, Ray. And make sure you give your gift to God. Now let's go over some stuff not to do on the internet, like show your neighbor's mailbox. And definitely don't show your own mailbox. Also, don't show county information or the street you live on. I mean, anybody can get on Street View and reproduce the same picture. I mean, Street View is kind of old. That's Donnie's old car, right? And if somebody knows the county you live in, they can look up court filings. Here's a few. John, it looks like you still have this one open. Portfolio Recovery Associates. Wonder what that could be. A respected name in debt collections. And we got a his and hers because the other one was John's, and here's Don A's against Portfolio Recovery Associates. Huntington Debt Holding versus Don A. Petruska. Who's that? You guessed it. Midland Credit Management Incorporated versus Don A. Who's that? You guessed it. Now, this one here looks a little interesting. See that CR? That usually means criminal. And it shows driving while license suspended, so they had to be taken earlier. Registration expired, and using a cell phone while driving.
Open the door for my wife because she is packing. Go ahead and hand that to me, and I'll be rolling around with the Banshee. Today in America, she'll sit right there next to us, and here we go in the hot car with the wife to get fireworks on America's birthday. You have anything to say for America's birthday, wife? America.
Riding down the road. I love these old Tennessee roads. They're perfect to get in your old car, your old Chevy, and just haul ass. Okay, we'll let them rip right here a little bit. Yeah. Skirt.
This is my shock face that he lost his license. A man with multiple sports cars. Give your gift to God.
And see, this is what God did through Kim Clement. And this is my little patch of grass, is Kim Clements as his daughter. You know, there are many other prophets.
Besides asking for donations on the website, there's 2 QR codes on the screen and a text number to give.
This is my little patch of grass. This is my little patch of grass. This is my little patch of grass.
I've always been in the background.
Police
Oh
departments
no,
and
it's
kind of how to understand how
Let's
cryptos
see how
work.
this
Do you
goes.
want to give us 2 minutes or a few minutes on that?
Well, this all started with Kim getting sick. My journey into cryptocurrencies, and when that happened, I've always been in the background for 20 some years as Donnie's boyfriend and then husband in the background.
He's always in the background. Well, he goes on to say he listened to Kim Clement and got in crypto and gave crypto classes, so he could make money. But he was always in the background. I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't care who this guy was until he started spamming me with the stuff he did. And that made me take a look at him, and I'm following, the little breadcrumbs and seeing where it goes to the mansion. But this is just me. I think he took offense because I called her bucktooth. And looking up bucktooth, that means the upper tooth that projects over the lower lip. So I guess I was wrong on that. Anywho, if it wasn't for this guy, I would have never looked into court records, locations, the mansion. I would have never looked into it, ever. I would have been done with the series this week. And I hope this video is a one and done, because I really don't want to research, living in Texas and living in California. Give your gift to God through Don A. Clement. In one of his blogs, they take a short trip to Kim Clement's
mother's house to
wife's house.
Fireworks for the 4th of July.
Check this out.
Donnie's mother's house. So y'all greeting me as I pull up? Huh? They're gonna come up and greet me.
Now, this guy's got several videos of this place, complete with landmarks that would make it easy to find. I went ahead and downloaded all of his videos in case any of them disappeared. But I don't really want to look into this anymore. But I found Lois Vogelsharp's secret safe haven. I found the greenhouse that she built on somebody else's land with donation money. I wonder what type of outreach this church has.
This is my little patch of grass.
Through this series, we've covered how he was a false prophet. The Bible clearly shows it. We went through the cover-up of trying to hide the proof of the false prophecies. We went over the Stargate stuff. We went over how she tried to get around the Stargate stuff. There's stuff in his book that twists scripture. And this guy decided to give me more information.
In the background.
And in this video, we can see the permanent vacation, all the cars, the court cases. We can see how stuff got mismanaged and probably bailed out by Mama Clement.
This is my little patch of grass.
If you're going to donate, how about a Christian shelter or Christian food bank? Or some of these Christian drug rehab places. Some of these people going in these drug rehab centers, they never even hear about God until they're at the very bottom at one of these centers. I think money would go farther there than where it's going here. And John, thanks for all the content. I hope we're done now. I don't want to spend my time looking in other states, and I already know where to look. Well, that's video, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody, have a great day.
Like prophecy is going out the direction, like prophetic words on this, and what actually happened was this, and
this is my little patch of grass.
Esto